guys? This is Mike from Ragebreak Gaming, and we're going back to Contigo, and let's play Golden Sun, The Lost Age. Welcome back, guys. Last time we wrapped up Jupiter Lighthouse, and we reunited with Isaac's party. Isaac's party has agreed to meet us here at Contigo. So, yeah, remember this house here that I told you guys to remember for later? Well, it's important now. So, well, there you go. Alright, yeah. Let's go meet up with Isaac's party and explain this whole affair. They need to know what the hell's going on now. There they are. Hey, dudes. I'm glad you kept your promise, Felix. Alright, let's hear what he has to say for himself. What can we say, Isaac? Has Felix ever harmed you? Have we ever fought against you? Felix has been avoiding you, but he never had any intention of fighting you or anything. And he definitely helped us out back at Jupiter Lighthouse. Isaac's been worried about Jenna non-stop since this nightmare began. How could she run away from him like that? She was afraid that if we met, we'd be forced to fight. She didn't want that. I know that now, but that doesn't explain why you're doing this. Felix betrayed his hometown, Vale. That's why he hasn't been able to face you, Isaac. You see, Felix had hoped to play the villain alone, without getting Jenna or me involved. He betrayed Vale. Kratom, what are you talking about? He conspired to steal the elemental stars and fire the beacons of the 4 lighthouses. That's what Saturo's minority were trying to do. Why were you helping them? Our parents' lives are at stake. We had to help. Huh? Parents? But your parents died 3 years ago in that storm. That night, Saturos and his men had raided Soul Sanctum. The storm was their doing. Garrett, you saw 2 strangers that night, Saturos and Minority. They were the only survivors of Saturos' raiding party. Whoa. They failed to solve the mystery of Soul Sanctum. In doing so, they triggered the storm. Everyone thought you were killed by that boulder, Felix. I can't tell you how glad I was to find you were alive. Yeah. In fact, nobody was killed by the boulder that day. So that means... Yeah, that means your father is still alive, dude. Wait a minute, Kratom. Did you say that nobody was killed by the boulder? But what about Isaac's dad and Jenna and Felix's parents? I thought they died that day. I'm not so sure now. Yes, if Felix survived, Kyle and the others may still be as well. Why didn't you tell us? We could have worked together to save your parents, couldn't we? Well, even if Felix did tell you, I don't know. He's right. They were too powerful then, and it would have been impossible. There's more to it than that. He had another reason to light the lighthouse beacons. Unless the lighthouse beacons were all lit, Wayart will eventually be destroyed. What? Destroyed? But how? King Hydros, ruler of Lemuria, says that our world is steadily shrinking. Elemental energy drives the growth of civilization. Without it, we and our world will wither. All of that because the lighthouses aren't illuminated? According to my research, that seems to be the case. But once the lighthouses are all lit, you said the world would end anyway. That might be true too. But we don't know. But if we do nothing, the world will definitely end. Wow. Wait for the end of the world to come, or we'll wind up triggering it ourselves. What a choice. For sure. Nothing is certain. There's no way to prevent the world from reaching its natural end. However, we can fight to save the world from withering away due to the actions of men. And women too, because we got ladies in the party too. And Felix, you knew this. You were helping them because you knew this was happening? Yeah. You're a lot smarter than I remember you being. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? you know what? Know what? I'm not going to tease Garrett right now. This is too serious of a conversation. Felix, why didn't you tell me? I would have helped you. You wouldn't have been able to before, Isaac. It would have meant violating the sacred teachings of Vale. Oh, yeah, that's right. Now that we all know this, shouldn't we be going? Master Hema! Hello again. Huh? Hema, you know Isaac and his companions too? We met We met at the temple at the edge of Lamakan Desert. I'm Hema, descendant of the Animos. What? I was born in Contigo, and I inherited the power of the Animos. Wow. Hey, we just got into Contigo, and we found out this is where Ivan was born. Yeah, isn't that a coincidence? Yeah, we also learned that he's got a sister. Sister? You don't mean... That would be me, yes. You're Ivan's sister? But... You two don't even look alike. You don't even have the same hair. How? Not now, Ivan. This isn't the time. Oh, sister, I finally see you again. Not now. Oh, sorry. 3 lighthouses have been lit. The elements have been thrown out of balance. Jupiter is growing stronger and the north grows colder with each passing moment. You must hurry to Mars Lighthouse. Ignite its beacon before all of Wayart freezes. Oh, damn! Mars Lighthouse? Agato has the Mars star. He's on his way to light it now. I doubt he'll be able to light the Mars beacon. Why's that? There's a powerful force that doesn't want to see Mars rekindled. A powerful force? You will fail as well unless you pull your strengths together and fight as one. This is bad. We have to go, now. I had hoped you would feel that way. I prepared a gift for you to aid you on your journey to Mars Lighthouse. I must leave now, but we will meet at the Inlet. Wow. I'm sorry we left Venus Lighthouse without seeing you. I'm sorry for making you worry. Maybe when this is over, we can all go on the trip together. Yeah, all 9 of us. Hey Jenna, you sure seem calm considering we were racing to meet our enemies. I'm just relieved we were able to sort out our differences. Me too, Mia. We could not have stood divided against a common foe. Well, yeah, I guess I'm a little happy that we won't have to beat Felix up. Garrett, you wouldn't have stood a chance against me now. I have Odyssey. Listen, this is Felix's quest now. We're just doing what we can to help out. Now, viewers, this line right here is pivotal. Now, you realize it was Isaac's quest at the beginning of the first game, because he was on a quest where he thought that he had to stop Satoru's minority and Felix by extension from lighting the lighthouses and stuff like that. However, in TLA, Felix is the main protagonist, and we learned in the first game from Vale's priest that it was Felix's destiny to light the lighthouse. Or the lighthouses. So basically, that priest had already predicted what was probably going to happen. Yeah, in essence, this is Felix's quest. He must light the lighthouses to save the world. So, yeah, this was bound to happen. This was destiny. Felix, in essence, is the real hero of both games, not Isaac. Even though Isaac was the main protagonist of the first game, it is Felix that has to light the lighthouses to save Wayard. And this line right here is kind of a way of Isaac passing the torch in some ways, because he knows that this is Felix's journey. So with that, aren't you happy? Of course I am. In any case, everything's finally come together. This is how it was meant to be, Felix. Yeah, both Felix's party and Isaac's party. But Hema's waiting for us. Let's go to our ship. Right. And with that, woohoo! Alright viewers, I'm back. I had to take a quick little pause break. Had to pee. Otherwise than that though, viewers, we got Isaac's party. Woohoo! More party members get to those A. Yes, we got Isaac's party. Now, their levels, they were not, I don't think they were even at this level when I finished the first game. But I guess the levels were kind of, I don't know. Those definitely weren't the levels I had them at. But in any case, if you used, depending on what password that you used at the start of the game, you'll be able to transfer all the degens and items that Isaac's party had with them during your run in the first game. So as such, if you collected all the degens in the first game, which I did, luckily enough, you'll have access to all the degens that they had and will bring over to this game, as well as all of their items. The Gaia Blade, Kikuchimanji, all the stuff, even the cursed equipment, the clearance ring, for example. This will be very much needed here, especially with the Muramasa, everything that we got in the last game. is here. And especially, in particular, the Orb of Force. This is going to be needed to get that treasure chest back at Yallam, basically, as well. Now, off screen, I'm going to be rearranging my equipment for Isaac and Felix's party to make sure that their degens are all arranged in the correct order that I want them to be in. However, before we do that, let's have Isaac use Force! Booyah! Do that, you can find a Mars degen. How's it going, dude? And what Mars degen did we get today? Let's find out. Today's Mars degen will be... Shine! Shine on me! Oh! Literally. It gave Shine dazzles foes and strikes decisively. Nice. Alright, off screen, I'm going to rearrange my degens, equipment, all that stuff for Isaac's party. And I'll be right back. I'll meet you at Atteka Inlet. Alright viewers, I'm back. We are back at the Atteka Inlet. Now, off screen, I did some level grinding for the party as well. The nice thing about the level system in TLA is that not only will Felix's party gain EXP, but once Isaac's team joins up with them, they'll also get EXP, even if they're not in the active battle. You know what I mean? Isn't that cool? So every time, like, if Felix's party levels up, Isaac's party will be gaining levels as well, even if they're not battling. So there you go. I got Felix's party up to the mid-level 50s, Isaac's party to the mid-level 40s, and off screen, well, I rearranged their degens back for them as well. I will be changing up job classes later on in the game, but I want to get the remaining degens first before I start going into all that. So there you go. Otherwise than that though, I rearranged everyone's items, and I gave Isaac's party some of the access items that we already had. So there you go. They came with a lot of shit. So especially the cleric's ring. Oh baby, I missed that one. Otherwise than that though, we're back at Atteka Inlet. So before we head to the ship, let's make use of this rock here. Lift that boulder, Garrett. There you go. And with that, also, come over here. Cyclone! Hey, a Venus degen! Hey, dude! And what Venus degen did we get today? Let's find out. Today's Venus degen will be... Yoink! We get Geode! Nice. Geodude? No, just Geode. Geo-sama. Geodude. Otherwise than that, though, set that to Isaac. There you go. Oh, I gave Shine to Garrett as well, so that way they'll be set there. The job classes that I want to change, especially Felix into, later on, we'll need more degens for that. So yeah, we will be getting more. Now, you're probably wondering, hey Mike, will you be making use of Isaac's party? And the answer to that is both yes and no. Now, no in the sense that Isaac's party already had their time to shine, because, well, they were the main party in the first game. This is Felix's quest. Obviously, I want Felix's party to, you know, shine. This is their game, obviously. Isaac's party is just along for the ride. Felix's party is my main team. Isaac's party will be my reserve team. If something happens to Felix's party, Isaac's team will be their backup. So, there you go. Of course, there will be instances in which I will probably want to use Isaac's party for other things as well. But for now, this is how I want to have it. I've been waiting for you, Felix. Take a look at your ship. Oh, yeah, it has wings! Nice. It looks like our ship got a taste of Red Bull. Now that you've been given wings, all obstacles in your path will vanish forever. However, it is not the wings alone that grant your ship the power of flight. Synergy is the force that powers the wings of animals. If the ship is to fly, you will need to focus the power of your minds. You visited Shaman village recently, have you not? How do you know this? Wow, the power of animals must be pretty sexy to have you see in the future. Now is the time to make use of the powers you acquired there. Use the power of hover to raise your ship. Pretty much. So basically what Hema is saying is that in order for the ship to hover or fly, pretty much, you need to make use of your party's PP. The more you hover, the more PP that they'll use up. At first, you may not want to move your ship too high or too far. It will be difficult at first, but that's to be expected. After all, this is your first flight. But your quest should not demand much more of you. Now, be confident and set sail. Right. All of Contigo is watching. Show them your power and make your vessel fly. Thank you. In any case. Huh. There was supposed to be an event here. That's odd. Yeah, there was supposed to be an event here which Master Hema gives you a chest with Orichalcum in it. That only if you rescued Master Hema in the first game, which I did. But for some odd reason, just like those thieves earlier, it didn't show up here. Weird. Huh. Hey, wait! Ah, there it is! Ha-ha! Master Hema requested that I deliver this to Isaac, and I totally forgot about it. Well, you better hurry. I'm supposed to deliver this to Isaac. It's not too late, is it? There you go. Wow. On my way here, I stopped in Kaile briefly to speak with Master Hema. He was quite upset that you hadn't returned to visit him so that he could thank you. So he requested that I take this with me to Atteka. It was a gift as thanks from Master Hema. Take it, please. Cool, alright. And we get the Orichalcum. Nice. Orichalcum, I mean. Orichalcum. No. In any case, the Orichalcum can be used to create some really sexy weapons. If you're lucky, that is. I'll put that on Isaac for now. Whew, I'm glad I got it then. Good. Alright, let's set sail. Let's get out of here. In any case, in order to have your ship hover, press the B button and hold it. Hold B and you can hover. Nice. We did it. The ship took off without a hitch. Yeah, but shouldn't it be flying a little higher than this? Hema told us we wouldn't be able to fly very high until we're more familiar with hover. Let's see how far we can take this thing. Sheba, what's wrong? You don't look happy. Do you remember when I GM'd you when I told you I had my own reasons for joining your quest? You were so secretive. Are you going to tell us now? Sheba? You're going quiet again. It's okay. You don't have to tell us if you're not ready. I thought that if I went to Jupiter Lighthouse, I would learn who I was. I remember the people of Vero talking about how Sheba fell from the sky. All my life I've been looking for an answer. Where was I born? Why was I abandoned? You knew Felix was coming to Jupiter Lighthouse eventually, and so you went along with him. But you didn't find any answers, did you, Sheba? I'm sorry, Sheba. I was so excited to find Contigo, I didn't consider your feelings. Why is everyone so down all of a sudden? Varen raised Sheba like his own daughter. He cared for her ever since he first found her. Yes, that's true, but you can never be his real daughter. Is that it? Gary, you don't have to be so damn blunt about it. Jeez. No, he's right. I would want to know who my parents were, no matter how caring Varen might have been. You think so? If it were me, I doubt it bothered me at all. Most things don't bother you, Garrett. Okay, you know what? I'll stop teasing Garrett for now. This is a serious convo. Sheba, you may not know this, but you and I are very similar. What do you mean? Well, it's not exactly the same situation, but I was born in a poor village. My memories are hazy, but I still remember it. I was only 4 when Bobby took me under his wing. You see, even though I was young and quite intelligent, Bobby had heard of me. And Bobby took you to Toby to further your education and raise you as a scholar. I was separated from my parents so early in life. I've never known the comforts of a true home. Varen has always been like a father to me. I must have been very lucky. I should say so. Thank you, Kraden. I feel better now. I'm glad I could help. Well, we should be going. Let's hurry on, Felix. Right. In any case, alright, we got the sappy awesomeness out the way. So now that we have the ship and Isaac's party, we got more side quests to do, viewers. Yeah, we got a shit ton of synergy now. I'll meet you at our first destination. Be right back. Alright, viewers, I'm back. Now, this is one spot we couldn't explore earlier in the Western Sea because we didn't have the hover synergy. Now that we have the hover synergy as well as our wings, press B, get over here. You can find the Rusty Sword. Nice. That can be used to create the Soul Brand Sword later on. Awesome. Be right back. Alright, viewers, I'm back. We're at our first side quest destination here, but with both parties, of course. From where I was at the Atteka Inlet and where I got the treasure chest, sail the ship all the way over here. When you get to this beach, use hover and head all the way south. Go around a little forest area, and you should arrive at this cavern, which is the Atteka Cavern. Nice. Now, there's a summon tablet that we can get over there, but first things first, we gotta get that water out the way. Do your thing, Piers. Parch that bitch! Or parch that water. There you go. Alright, now that we got that out the way, oh, viewers, it is so awesome that we have Isaac's party now. We have a shit ton of synergy with us now. Lift, all this shit from the first game added to us in this game. Nice. And what new summon did we get today? Let's find out. Today's sexy new summon is, with ancient hieroglyphs in my head, we get Colt Lassie, or Colt LaQ, or whatever. In order to summon, you need 3 Mercury Degens and 3 Jupiter Degens on standby mode. So there you go. Be right back. Alright, viewers, I'm back. Now, we're on the Angara continent, oddly enough. Now, off screen, I got that apple back at Colt's Island. It should be self-explanatory how to get it, so there was no point showing it. Just use catch to get the apple. Duh. Now, use the ship, sail over here, and head up north. You can arrive at the Angara Cavern. And no, viewers, before you ask, we cannot revisit Vale and Vault and Kyle and all those other places from the first game. No, it ain't happening. Unless you use a code to do so. Maybe. Or, I don't know. I never really tried to do that, and I think I really shouldn't bother. I don't know. That's just me. Otherwise than that, though, let's set carry to quick. Alright. Oh, man. It's been a while since we did the carry stone puzzles. So cool. So cool. Alright, what we gotta do next is we gotta go and get that other stone and carry that over as well. Push that. Carry this. There you go. With this bitch. Alrighty then. Now, what we gotta do now, let's see, move this. Yoink! And then finally, use carry again. And put it on top of that block. Nice. That's a little prerequisite for a little carry puzzle we'll have to do in the final dungeon, by the way. Not really, but it's just to let you know if you forgot how to use carry from the first game, you got a refresher course. And what summon tablet did we get today? Let's find out. Today's sexy second summon tablet will be... Hooray! Nice. To summon it, you need 3 Venus and 2 Mars Degens on standby mode. One of my favorite summons in the game next to Eclipse. Be right back. Alright, viewers, I'm back. We're back outside the Shaman Village Cave. Now that we got both parties and we got the lift synergy, we can now go and get that Mercury Degen that was in here. Alright, now then. I found Isaac. Huh? What the hell? We've been looking for you, Isaac. Who the hell are you guys? The name's Sat Rage. You took me out in the last round at Colosso. Oh, I remember you guys. Yeah, I kicked your ass in the last game. Viewers, you remember back in Colosso, Isaac was forced to do it by himself? We took out all 3 of these gladiators. Sat Rage, Azarts, Navapa. Yes. Now, you can only get this event if you use the password from GS1, to this game. Huh. Oh, it's you guys. Is there any way to say hello to some old friends? Friends? What's your problem? We want to talk to you about your fighting style at Colosso. Okay. Yeah, and we think you shouldn't have won, Isaac. We think you didn't fight fair. It sounds like you resent the fact that Isaac beat you. Huh. We've been thinking about it, and there's no way Isaac should have won. Right, so you think I cheated just because I used my synergy abilities in Colosso? I don't know how you did it. I'm just saying I think you cheated is all. Ah, but synergy is a warrior skill. Every bit as much as your sword arts. It isn't cheating. Huh. Are you not listening, old man? That fight was fixed, and we're here to pay you back. 'Cause it's time for a boss fight versus the gladiators. Again. But yeah, I think Isaac deserves the opportunity to go on with this. Yeah, let's bring Isaac in. Basically, just use the switch command in battle. You can switch in your reserve party members. Alright, now, I want Isaac in this fight because, well, he's the one that kicked their asses in the last game, so it makes the most sense. Alright, let's kick some ass! Odyssey! Hi-ya! Nice. Damn! Too simple. Diamondberg! Alright, and yeah, Isaac should have Odyssey now too if he got all the Venus Agents. Yeah, he'll want access to Odyssey as well. Ow! Quit it. Alright, finish him off. We're done. Yeah! Sheba once again kicking that ass. Wow. Are you done? These guys were phenomenal. Which one of you didn't think they won Colossal fair and square? It wasn't me. I think both of you and Navampa were saying something like that. So do you still think our victory at Colossal was fixed? No way, Isaac. We've seen the error of our ways. We promise we won't badmouth you or call you a fraud ever again. Will you forgive us? Fine, I forgive you. I wasn't mad at you anyway. You're not such a bad kid after all. You came out here looking for treasure, didn't you? What's this? Here, we found this in the chest. You were nice enough to forgive us, so I think you should have it. Right, well, I guess we'll be leaving now. By the time the next Colossal rolls around, we ought to be strong enough to win for sure. Maybe we'll see you there. Yeah, possibly. Take care, guys. Hope you can walk after that ass kicking. Otherwise than that, though, for doing that event, we get the golden shirt. Nice. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. If you want to switch out your party members while outside of battle, just use, just go to, status, and use either the L button to switch them in, or the R button to switch their, the mounts, or something rather like that. Yeah, just use the L and R buttons, essentially. And, well, you got it. Alright, the golden shirt raises HP and defense. Pretty nice. I'll give that to Isaac for now. In fact, he's kind of earned it. That is, well, he did defeat those guys back in the first game, so I think he deserves the honor of having that shirt. Don't you think? Yeah, pretty much. Alright, now we got the boulder puzzle here. And yeah, sadly enough, we had to do it in order to get that Mercury Legion. Alright, let's see here. This is gonna be kind of annoying, to be honest. One sec, viewers, I'll be right back. Alright, viewers, I'm back. I solved the puzzle off screen. Basically, what you want to do is use lift on that rock there, then use the frost synergy on that puddle. Now, there will be some leaves where those steps are, over there to the top. Get rid of that with whirlwind. Come all the way over here, and then jump on the ice pillar over here that you made. Come over here. But yeah, if you do that, the Mercury Legion will run away. Yeah, it's not going to be that easy. If you try to get around back to it, it'll just run away again. Unfortunately, you cannot use the halt synergy. I don't think it'll work here. In fact, let me test it out. Yeah, it won't even reach the guy. So now we gotta find a way to get over there again. Alright, viewers, I'm back. Now, in addition to the initial instructions that I showed you guys how to do to get over to the sledge, basically what I did off screen is I went all the way to the right, lifted the far right boulder, and then I went over there and I jumped over that little ledge over there at the top right. Go down, use lift on this boulder here, and then come all the way back around to get back over here. Now, with that, yeah, now the little bastard can't escape. Hey, dude! He's pissed off. He should be! It's time for a Mercury Legion battle. Nice. Now, I don't have his stats on me, so we're just going for broke here. Alright, but yeah, Jenna and the crew now has some new synergy now. Well, yeah, well, Felix too. He has, Grand Gaia! But I still like Odyssey better, because it sounds better in my head. Alright, yeah, Dragon Fume, Tempest, Spark Plasma, all the good shit. Oh yeah, and Mega Cool, because Pierce is Mega Cool. Odyssey Slash! Yeah! Nice. Now, I forgot to mention this, but if you have Isaac in your party, or if you put Isaac in your main battle party, you'll get Isaac's battle theme Like, if you have Felix in the reserve and Isaac in the front, you'll get his battle theme. So they just want to let you know that. In any case, alright, we got a new Mercury Legion. Eddie. Ed, and Eddie. No. In any case, Eddie will speed up Legion recovery time. This guy is one of the best Legions in the game next to Reem. The Mercury Legions are stepping up. Honestly. Alright, which one should I get rid of? I mean, they all lower peers of stats. So it's not like it really matters much, does it? Or would it? Make up your mind, dude! Okay, damn. But yeah, I'll get rid of that, and, can I give gel? Okay, there we go, I'll give gel to Mia. Perfect. Now Mia's an angel. Oh. Otherwise than that, though, we got Eddie. Well, there's no need to be in here now. We're done. Be right back. Alright, viewers, I'm back. We're back in Trial Road. Now, basically, we're back at the spot where we fought Mopa at. In order to get here, you have to go, obviously, back through Shaman Village and enter Trial Road via the right path, the one that I took to get up here the first time. You have to solve the same puzzles again to get up here, but I already showed you guys how to do that, so I decided not to waste your time doing it again on screen. Once you're at the top, jump all the way over here and come to the left. Now, if you took the left path, you'll end up over here anyway. It doesn't matter which path you take, because they both lead over here. Use hover. Yoink! And with that, we can go and enter the real part of Trial Road that we all really wanted to come to anyway. Now, you could have came here earlier, especially if you had hover. However, you wouldn't have still been able to get over here because we didn't have the lift gem. So, yeah, unfortunately, without the lift signage, your ass ain't getting through here. So you had to wait anyway. Sadly. I know. The game does this so that way you can make use of Isaac's party again. Or make use of Isaac's party skills. So there you go. Or the items that they collected. Now, use reveal. There is a Dejan around here somewhere. There he is! However, the thing is we have to get to the little bastard. Alright. The thing is, this guy will mimic your party member's or your party's actions. Basically... Whoa! You alright, dude? Oh, I pissed him off. Nuts! It's time for a Jupiter Dejan battle. I know he's on like, fuck you! Like, I'm just trying to enjoy life over here and you just had to come and ruin it! Ruin it! Odyssey Slash! Nice. Plasma! Plasma! No. Boom! Damn! Now Jenna's dragon has gotten much bigger. That's a huge ass dragon. And we get gasp. Literally gasp. Nice. Gasp can call the Grim Reaper on your foes. Obviously, I guess it's some kind of instant death kind of Jupiter Dejan. Yeah, maybe. Huh, well, there you go. We're not done here yet, though. Now, let's set Cyclone to quick. Forward. There is a mad plant around here somewhere as well. Oh yeah, that chest over there, that contains an elixir. I'm not bothering with it. If you really want to go and get it, just use reveal. But the elixir is not worth it. So, there you go. That's why I'm not bothering. Sorry about that, viewers. Fucking Windows update popped up. Hi. Otherwise than that, though, Cyclone! There you go! Ha! Mad plant battle! Alright, I don't have this guy's stats either, so it should be self-explanatory. That he's to fire! Odyssey! Boom! Nice. Nirvana! Kick that ass! Oh yeah, baby! And for winning, we get a Lucky Pepper! Nice. Alright, let's see here. I'll give that to Pierce. There you go. Alright, we're all done here. Now, oh yeah, there's one more thing I want to do, and that's back in the Eastern Sea. Be right back. Alright, viewers, I'm back. We are back at Yallam! Literally. Now, remember that treasure chest that we couldn't get earlier? Yeah, now we can get it now. Alright, force! Boom! Nice, baby. Use fortune, get over here. Next, use Cyclone to reveal a secret staircase. But yeah, this passage, or rather that log has been trolling us since we got to the Eastern Sea. or got here the first time. Now we can get the Masamune! Yeah, the brother, or the light brother to the Muramasa. So, there you go. The Masamune unleashes Rising Dragon. This is the technique that Agato used during the boss fight on last episode. Remember? Yeah, the Masamune is super sexy. Alright, now I could give it to Felix. Gives it a big ass attack boost. Jenna can use it too. Like, that's awesome. Piers can use it as well. And of course, Isaac and Garrett can utilize it as well. However, since I want Felix's party to be the main focus, I'm going to be giving the Masamune to Felix, and I'll pass my other Hestia blade down to Garrett. Oddly enough, Isaac's ultimate weapon from the last game, the Gaia blade, is kind of outlived its usefulness. It's done. Goodbye. Sad. Otherwise than that, though, off screen I'm going to forge up the items that we can forge up from that dark matter, the orichalcum, the dragon skin, all the stuff that we got prior, and I'll show you guys what I got next time on Let's Play Golden Sun: The Lost Age. Now, viewers, there is one dungeon that I did not explore here in the Eastern Sea. Now, you could have explored it earlier, but like I said before, the optional boss you can fight there is super hard to take out right now, which is Felix's party. Well, at that point earlier in the game with the Eastern Sea exploration. Now that we got Isaac's party and more synergy, more levels, we can finally take on that boss. Next stop, Treasure Isle. If you guys enjoy it, you know what to do. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more gaming vids from me. Hit the bell, stay notified whenever I upload new stuff on YouTube. Got something to say? Leave a comment. Till next time, dudes do this. Mike from Rage Break Gaming. I hope your rage breaks. Have a great day, bros and brosettes. Smell you later.